come May or April 2014, the ANC has won the election at national level. The margin you don't know, but it's won. Tito Mboweni is the Minister of Finance because the ANC constituency believes that it's tired of having a non-African in critical economic positions, because since Mandela was in power, we've never seen an African in a critical economic position. So Tito Mboweni is the Minister of Finance, and Tito Mboweni is faced with the rand at 23 to the dollar, to the pound, at 17 to the dollar. Is facing huge strikes. The strikes have moved away from the mining sector because eventually the platinum sector has succumbed to the pressure. And NUMSA has organized in the national sector huge numbers because the e-tolls are eating people. The recent interest rate hike of 50 basis points has crept in. Fuel prices have gone up. The school fees have gone up. So they want high wages. So really, it's a view that I'm putting on the table, and therefore, what is required then is whether the ANC is going to be able to then, at last, under Tito Mboweni's stewardship, be able to bring in business, bring in the unions to say, let's all get together and build a new country. What that country is going to require? That country is going to require that business particularly, plays a huge role in capacitating the state. We know very well that one of the reasons why we're not effective that the state doesn't have capacity. There are a lot of men and women here in this room today who are well qualified, who can assist, even just make Gauteng work very, very well. You know that today coming here, you had to jump a lot of four-way crossroads that whose robots didn't work. We've been having rain in Joburg for about 4 or 5 days. There were a lot of potholes. It was quite frustrating coming here today. So we need some skills to help us with that because resources are an issue. So what I'm saying is that business has got a huge role to play after the election period. And critically is to help to capacity the state, assuming that Tito Mboweni and other ANC leaders will come to the party and work very, very hard with business. The biggest risk that we're carrying in all this, Peter, the last point now, is around the so-called black economic empowerment, which is the biggest mistake, I'll argue, that South Africa has ever adopted in terms of how do we redistribute wealth. You cannot redistribute this cake, it's too small. I argue that what we should have done, or at least going forward, hopefully, Tito will be able to convince a lot of the business sector that let's go beyond PEE. From the state perspective, we want to ensure that blacks are playing a critical role in the economy as business people, not through fidgety stuff, whereby because they're supposed to have 26%, therefore Niven Pillay, Faith Kanyile can then come together and build a consortium and fight for that. So how does the state make that environment very, very good? The state says, in our fixed investment that we're going to be embarking on, we're going to have at least 70% of the allocation going to black business. So that, it's given. So, again, if we're building a new port or expanding a port in Richards Bay, 70% of the work is going to be done by black business. Not empowered black businesses, but exclusive black business. And that's how you do it. But this nonsense of having 26% and doing that, it's failed. We've put money into it as IDC. We know that a lot of the schemes haven't worked at all.